What is going on, everybody? We are here back with another episode of Retro Survivor. Man, we got some good things coming up for you today on the show. Of course, we have our live vote. I'm going to play some games. You guys are going to vote on which game needs to leave today. And we are down to 6. We are already so far into Season 2 of Retro Survivor. We have 6 games, and somebody, you, the voters, can you persuade the person next to you? Can you get some more people on your side? Can you gather enough votes to get your arch nemesis out, to get the game that you want of the lineup out on the show, to kick them off the island? Can you do that today? We will find out. And without further ado, let me introduce the rest of our lineup for Retro Survivor. Let's go to our game list. Here we are. Also, man, I hope that the lighting is a little bit better today. I worked with some lighting. Watched my buddy Rob stream today. He is the Retro Years. If you want to go check him out on YouTube and Twitch, shout out to you, Rob. And he, on his webcam, he lowered the exposure instead of coming with the default settings. And me, I'm not techie, so I'm going to be like, I trust whatever the manufacturers think, because I don't know any better. So I just been running, the default skins, just the factory skin here, the factory, just the normal settings. And turns out you got to lower the exposure, and I think it looks a little bit better. I think we look a little bit better on stream today. But also it could be me. And I'm just going to be honest with you, I got hit with some, and every once in a while, I do need to be humbled. I really do. But I got hit with some humble pie. I showed somebody in my personal life, one of my videos, that, I've been streaming. I play retro games. I got this YouTube channel. And I'm showing them this video. And I go, do you have any advice? It looks like I'm really, the exposure's up. I look really white. And my friend just kind of paused and looked at me and said, Jake, you are really pasty, buddy. I don't know if you know that. So it could just be, and man, that hurt. I needed to hear that, but it did hurt. So maybe it's just me that I'm really pasty. So that's probably part of it. So I did fool with the settings. Maybe it looks a little bit better. I don't know. Got my holiday vanilla Coke. Man, I'm still in the holiday spirit. Therefore, we got the holiday creamy vanilla Coke. Still in the holiday spirit. It's not January yet, so I'm still in the Christmas mood. Man, I'm trying to stall for a little bit, let everybody come into the chat, everybody that wants to speak up, give everybody a moment, because I know I've started at a different time today, got some family things going on, moved it up 30 minutes, allowing everybody to be a part of today's video. So, come on into the chat, welcome in. Okay, so a few things to talk about. Well, let me go ahead and get this chat going. Well, actually, before we get into the first topic, we'll just go over the games right quick. And the games that are left are as follows. We have Demolition Man, which I played last week. I played him 2 weeks ago, I think. I think it was 2 weeks ago. So I played Demolition Man 2 weeks ago. Great game. I really enjoyed it. I love the movie, so I am partial to it, just to be honest with you. Jurassic Park, I ain't gonna lie, I've been dreading that. I've been putting that dude off. I do not want to play it. There is no part of me that is excited to play Jurassic Park. If this was Jurassic Park 2, it'd be a little different. The soundtrack alone would make me want to play it, because the soundtrack's incredible. But to wander around, eaten by dinosaurs, looking for eggs in a giant map, go to that first-person mode, which is, it's cool to see. It's like, man, this is cool. They did this in the 90s. First person. Boomer shooter. That's really cool. But that, man, this is nice to see aspect wears off very quickly. And then it's not fun anymore, and you want to get out. Rival Turf is very cartoony. It's nothing like the cover. That's an abysmal cover. It's a laughable cover. But it is a nice beat 'em up. I think if I played it with somebody else in the cartoonish wrestling moves in which that Rival Turf has, I think would be really fun if I couch co-opted it with somebody. Haven't had the chance to do that. I think that would make it more fun. However, some people got some beef with it, and they say it's just another ripoff, another Final Fight clone, and there are many of them. Totally get that. Definitely watered down. I hear what you're saying. To me, I think it's a little bit different with how vibrant it is, the aesthetic, the wrestling stuff, the over-the-top cartoony gimmick they got going on. I think that's fun. And then the bosses are just, they're just different. They're really fun. AVP, he kicked the curb. We kicked him off the island. WWF Raw, which, spoiler alert, I will be playing today. So, if you're new to my channel, what I do is I try to make a vote on my YouTube channel the day before, and today I was a little bit late, so I woke up real early this morning because I totally forgot to put the vote in there yesterday, but I put it in there this morning. We didn't have as many votes, but we had some votes, and there was another tie. I think it was 3, if I want to remember right. I think it was 3 votes for Raw, 3 votes for Jurassic Park. Obviously, if you're going to give me the tie-breaking vote, I'm going to pick WWF Raw, so you guys shouldn't have let me be the tiebreaker. So for now on the weeks to come, man, check out my channel, subscribe so you don't miss those posts, and that way it can be more interactive. You guys can vote for the game in which I play next. And if you saw in the little voting thing, it said one more match. And that's what I think that's what the people want. Everybody that voted for it and had the tie for WWF Raw, they were saying one more match, one more match. And I could hear the crowd. I could feel the vibe, the rush behind it. And so we're going to have one more match. And obviously I'm going to play as The Undertaker. I'm going to dig a hole for somebody. I'm going to put them in the grave, and that's going to be that. Pin them 1, 2, 3, clean in the middle. That's what's going to happen today on Retro Survivor. So stay tuned. We have Shaq Fu. Shaq Fu is left and somehow is still in this matchup. Past Baseball Simulator. There's a world right now where Shaq Fu has lasted longer than Darius Twin. Somebody explain that to me, because I don't really get it. I'm a big fan of Darius Twin. One of my most nostalgic games. I had a bad outing. I feel like that's why it got voted off. If you go back and check like episode 1 or 2, it got voted off real early. Due to my bad playing, everybody's like, well, this isn't fun. It looks really difficult. Can't get past level 1. I think it's my fault. And I've been paying for that. Because every single week, I look at that red X, and it's just pain and misery. Pain and misery. I feel like what James felt like when Super Adventure Island 2 walked out the door. That's the same kind of pain I'm going through with Darius Twin. Man, speaking of pain and misery, I got something I want to show you. Here's my first topic of the day. Well, let me check out the chat first. Electric, yo, what's going on, Retro Hunters? Bro, what is up, Robs? Good to see you again. Electric Darius Twin needs the Master Higgins treatment and needs to come back. Obviously, we are going to have another comeback. We're going to have another legacy returning. How many seasons of Survivor has somebody come back from a previous season? Countless. It will happen again. Might not happen next season, but there will come a day where Darius Twin can make his triumphant rise from the ashes like a phoenix and make his return. And then I will have studied up, I'll have played enough, and I will do everything I can to push him into the finals. Because then when you get to the finals, anything can happen. And we all know that. Okay, speaking of miserable. So here's my first topic that I want to talk about. And we talked a little bit about it. I know a lot of you watched the Retro Years stream. And today we got on the topic of Stranger Things. So I want to talk about it for just a minute. Because I went to watch Stranger Things 5. Now let me go ahead and build a little bit of my backstory as a fan. I have been a fan of Stranger Things. I'm not going to spoil anything. Nobody freak out. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to be vague. I have been a fan since 2016. When season 1 came out, I watched it 3 times. I watched it with my friends. I watched it with my parents. And then I watched it with my girlfriend at the time. I watched it 3 separate times. Loved it every time. And if you had to get me to rank the seasons thus far, season 1's in another category. Just how grounded it was about a missing kid and just Winona Ryder's character as Joyce and just freaking out, looking for her son, and all the kids know that the government's in on it and there's something more to this. And then you got the upside. Dude, that was lightning in a bottle. I don't know if that will ever be recreated. That was so special. Number 1, obviously. Hot take, I think season 3 is a little bit better than season 2. The whole thing with the mall I thought was really fun. The whole 80s aesthetic, I thought that was a good time. And Billy's character really shone on that season. And I think that, I can't remember the actor's name. Whoever played Billy, he did an incredible job. One of my favorite characters on Stranger Things in the entire cast. So season 3 would probably be my number 2. Then season 2. Then season 4. And if I dug a hole about 15 feet deep, we would probably see where Stranger Things 5 is for me. And I don't mean to be that way, but it just feels. And here's what's so upsetting about it. You've had years, Duffer Brothers. We have waited for years. And this is what you give us? This abysmal writing? To me, it's the writing. It, to me, is the writing. And I mentioned this on Rob's stream, but I saw somebody make a post that it was like a fun drinking game. Take a shot every time that somebody uses a random prop to have an exposition dump. And that has happened so many times. It's like I'm more of a show me, don't tell me type guy. And the way that it's went down, it's all telling, no showing. Super lame. Hey, here's the plot. We're just gonna tell you the plot through a character. Also, next scene, we're gonna tell you the entire plot through a character. And I don't really get to care about the characters and their development and what they're going through. That bothers me. There is some plot holes. I can't even get through the plot holes without any kind of spoilers. But some people don't know that some people are alive, and then they see them, and then it's like, oh, well, that's casual. Didn't know thought you were dead 5 minutes ago. I see you now. I don't care. And it's just, Mike is basically just a potato this entire volume or season. I don't know if he just is over the whole show. I'm sure he's burnt out. I don't know if it's the script they gave him. But dude, he's got no life in him. How Elle was the big enemy against Vecna. Now she's not, for whatever reason. So there's just a lot of things like that I'm over. There's just one scene where somebody has a chance to escape Vecna, and they go, okay, here's my one chance. But let me go ahead and start with this 20-minute monologue for a second. And gives like a 15-minute monologue to somebody. And this is their moment to escape. So the whole thing is built on stakes. We have to escape. We must win. Like it's so tense. And the world is ending. And we have all these monologues. It's like, is it high stakes or is it not? And then is it high stakes or is everybody having plot armor? If the stakes are this high and the enemy is this dangerous and all of this stuff is happening, then somebody would eventually get hurt, I would think, with it being this dangerous. There's just a lot of issues for me. A lot of issues. And look, this is what happened. So I was going to go to my sister's house. My family was going to have my family's been watching Stranger Things since the beginning. I kind of got them on it on season 1. So now it's like a family thing that we do together. Bro, let me show you guys. I roll up to my sister's house who's having this hosting party. Bro, hold on. Let me get this straight. I almost wore it on stream. I got my shirt. Hold on. I got my Hellfire Club shirt on. I got my Hellfire Club socks on. Dude, I'm decked out in Stranger Things. My sister, who's hosting, made a Stranger Things cake. Like, dude, we're Stranger Things out. Like, Stranger Things, popcorn bucket. Like, dude, we're in it, right? We get done, and as soon as it ended, I said, guys, I got to go. And they're like, I thought you had the day off. What do you got to go do? I'm like, I got to go change shirts. That's what I got to go do. Over this. Over the writing. None of it makes sense. Just over it. Like, even that morning, bro, I was eating my Demogorgon Crunch. That's how I was ready. Mind was right. And they give me that. And they give me what they gave me. Talk about misery. Talk about being upset. I'm still not over it. Still not over it. I see the chats going. I will catch up with you. I see Rob and Electric got some comments. Now, I will, as a long-time fan, and just the family aspect of it, I think that the family aspect of it is more important than my negative thoughts on the show. So obviously, I'm not going to be like, guys, I'm not going to hang out with you as a family. I didn't like how they did it. And I'm not going to do that. So I'm going with my family to watch the finale in theaters when it comes out. And hopefully I have a good experience in theaters. I might even make a post about it or some kind of content with my reactions. But I'm hoping that they turn the ship around and answer some questions and tie some things together because, boy, I am not happy. And I'm not trying to say, look, like I can do it better. Y'all need to listen to me and I'm a smart critic or I can be a better director than you Duffer Brothers. But as a fan, I'm speaking as a fan, I'm not happy. I'm not happy that Jonathan and Nancy are in this scene. And even the Duffer Brothers basically come out and said that we basically manufactured this scene in this circumstance so they could have an intense conversation. And how they got there makes no sense. And I promise you, how they got out of it definitely makes no sense. There is not one argument I have heard on X that can tell me a solid reasoning of why they got out of the situation. It makes zero sense. So we can tell you wanted two people to have a conversation and have it in this dramatic way, so we're going to manufacture these circumstances, but we're not thinking of the logic behind it. And for me, again, as a fan, if I was a director, again, I'm literally nobody, but for me, I would always say this. If I'm behind the camera, I would go, if this were real, what would happen? Obviously, it's about another dimension and creatures and all that, so none of it's real. But if the characters in the show, if this were real, how would they react? In most circumstances, when you ask that question, you're watching it, whatever scene you're viewing, if you ask that question to yourself, you're like, people would not respond this way. They wouldn't act this way. They wouldn't talk this way. And go from where we were in season 1 to now, bro. It's bothering me. Okay, I'm going to catch up on the chat. I'm done ranting. But that was my topic number 1. Okay. Let me climb up in this chat, my friends. Okay. Retro Runner Season 2 over Season 4. Yeah, dude. Okay. Minus the one about Kala or Kaylee or whatever the heck her name is. Season 2 with that episode. That's the last episode of Volume 2 of Season 5. And that episode are basically neck and neck for me as being the worst pieces of Stranger Things out there. So no, I do not like that episode. But as a holistic season, I think, me personally, I'd probably still put Season 2 over Season 4. That's my personal opinion. I think Season 3 is better than all of them, or better than Season 2 and 4. Just the whole culmination at the mall, the transformation of Billy. The stakes seem really high. The aesthetic of the whole thing, the kid, I don't know. It just felt like I really enjoyed it. Had a good time. Buck wild right now. Yeah, dude, I'm ranting. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I need to chill out. A lot of telling rather than showing for sure. Appreciate your support there, Rob. I will say Will is pretty GOAT in this season. Here's my thing about Will. Again, I get not everybody's caught up. I'm not going to give spoilers. If you're not into Stranger Things, tune back in about 5 minutes. We're going to be on some retro games. We're going to kick back in the 90s, and we're going to play some WWF Raw. Just join us in 5 minutes. Look, go get you something to drink. Go use the bathroom. Keep your phone out. Keep it playing. Come back with us. We'll circle back. But here's my thing about Will. Will, or his character, Noah Schnapp, or I think that's his name, it seems as though in the really intense, dramatic scenes where he's got to go super over the top, or he's got to go and I can't spoil that. I can't say that. When he's got to do something that's really extra, really angry or yelling or just that intense scene, it seems to me like he really does well at that. I'll give him that. It's believable. It really is to me. But he's just like chit-chatting, shooting the breeze with somebody next to him. It sounds like this. And when he's talking, and it don't seem normal. It doesn't seem normal. And I don't know if he's over-calculating his lines, or maybe he's so caught up in thinking about what's going to happen in that last episode. I don't know. Or maybe it's that the reason why he's acting strange. Here's something. Maybe the reason why he's acting strange will come to fruition, will come to light in the season finale. Maybe. It's like, hey, here's why he was acting strange. Maybe he was controlled by the mind flayer the whole time. I don't know. Again, we haven't heard anything about that in the season. I'm not spoiling anything. We haven't. That's totally Jake's speculation. I have no idea. Just a thought. So many memes about a certain someone just needing to run, and they never do. You're gonna get me. Let me cool off. That moment alone, I'm not lying to you, I was so into the show. Just because, there's some things I didn't like in it, but I put such an investment in this show. When that scene was going on, I scrolled through X, Facebook, YouTube, all the things, scrolling on my phone, looked up. This person was still monologuing and not escaping. When Vecna is after this person, life or death, the world's going to end, you got a way out. Right now. Make a decision. Huge monologue. Went through 3, maybe 4 scrolls on my phone, still monologuing. That shirt is sick. Thank you, Rob. Here's the other thing, too. So I have another Stranger Things shirt. It's a camo shirt and it just says Stranger Things in white. And I'm going to wear that to the theaters. And here's the other thing about this season. This is what I hate when stuff like this happens. And I don't use the word hate a lot because that's a very strong word and it's not nice to say. I'm not saying this about a person, though. I hate or dislike when a show ends this way because it affects my view of it holistically. It affects how I feel about it. It's kind of like when you think of Brett Favre, you think about his Minnesota season, and then you're like, that old fart that just, he kind of petered out there at the end, or Ric Flair, you think of him now and that last few matches, and you're like, So it's, now I'm going to remember the show with season 5 in mind, and I'm not as excited about it. Like, I got that shirt, and I was thinking of other different merch I could get, and even on my Christmas list, I put it's like a glass case with a floating Demogorgon in it that lights up. It's LED. Super cool. I thought it was awesome. After these last few episodes, took that bad boy off my list. I don't want nobody to buy that for me. I don't want to put it up right now. I'm mad at them. So I just hate that I'm so into something and I'm like in the fandom. Like it's fun to be excited about something with other people. Like other people are excited about it. You're excited about it. That's why this show's fun. That's why Retro Survivor is fun. I love retro games. You guys like Super Nintendo games. We all like it. A bunch of us are gamer dads. It's something that we can bond over. Like I'm excited about it. You're excited about it. And that's just fun to like all have something together. But now we're not excited about it together anymore because we saw what happened. And now even my family, we're like, well, I guess we'll go. Like we already planned it. It is family time. But we're not excited about the finale. Like, we're all going to hear it out. I mean, it might change our mind. They might correct the ship. I don't know. So I just hate that. I hate that I'm not super in the fandom. And it just seems like that happens all the time. It happened with The Walking Dead. It went off the rails. It happened with, I watch a lot of sitcoms. That 70s show, The Office, they go off the rails at the end. It just seems like there's so many things that I'm into. But by the end, it goes off the rails, and then I view it differently as a whole. And then I'm not excited about it. Or how many games... Speaking of games, I didn't even bring up games. How many game sequels have you been like that, and they come out with a sequel or a third game or a new installment, and it totally messes up everything that you've liked about the first few games? The Last of Us 2... Like, I was the biggest advocate for The Last of Us. I came to it super late. I think it was a COVID play. I think during COVID, I finally played it because, we had all that time. Everybody talks about that game. I'm like, I'm about to play this, John. I'm behind. I love outbreak, zombie, disease type game. I think that's fun. Everybody talks about it's a good story. I'm about to play it. Dude, I was so shocked at how great that game was. But now with how season 2, or how the second game went, and then how the show went, and the show got super heavy-handed and had that weird episode that had nothing to do with the game at all. So now when I think of The Last of Us, I think of more so the second installment, the second game, and I think of the show. And now I don't have anything on my desk. I like horror movies. I got some horror stuff on my desk. I do got one Demogorgon up here. What else do I got? I got my Super Nintendo controllers like on a little stand. Yeah, I got some different things, but now I have no want or desire to get Stranger Things. And that stinks, man. I like being part of a fandom. I like being a part of something with other people. So I hate that. I really do. So many memes about it. Okay. Oh, that shirt is sick. Yeah, no hot takes here. I agree with 90% of these takes besides the season order of best to worst. Yeah, I would. And I said that before I kind of went on that whole little tangent there, Electric. That's my personal opinion. I think that season 1 is the best. I think season 5 is the worst. People vary on opinions. I think that probably 3 is next to season 1, and then 2, and then 4. Again, that's my personal opinion. But I've seen the middle 3 seasons flip-flop so many times on X, so it sounds like they're close enough that people can understand the differences, and usually people will say the 5 is the worst, 1 is the best, from what I've seen. But anyway, that's my personal opinion. And it might be because I like Billy so much. And there's a whole group out there that loves Eddie. Loved Eddie. To me, I don't know. I thought he was trying to be too much. There's that guy at the party and they're trying too hard. I just felt like he was a try-hard. I know that people hate that and people loved him. There was a part of me that wanted to really like him. It didn't connect for me. And everybody's different. Everybody's different. Demogorgon Crunch. Yeah, dude, I had the milk in the Demogorgon Crunch with my shirt on, with my socks on, headed to the Demogorgon party with the Demogorgon popcorn buckets and cakes all ready. Dude, I would have had my coffee mug with me, but my wife threw it away. She threw away my Stranger Things coffee mug. And here's the thing with that. I'm like, Bailey, why did you throw away my mug? She goes, Jake, it had mold in it. Mind you, we have a newborn. He's 2 months old. So yeah, I fell asleep in a rocking chair that I normally don't sleep in. And it's kind of in the corner in like this middle, it's like a reading room. We live in an old house and there's like a bunch of rooms. Nowadays, everything's an open space, but now this house is a bunch of rooms. So this is a random room, it's a reading room. And I fell asleep in a rocking chair with him pretty much all night, sat my coffee to the side. Nobody ever goes in that corner. So when we found that Stranger Things mug, yeah, it had mold in it, okay? But you know what? You clean it. You clean the mold out the mug, okay? If I threw away everything that you had dirty, well, you wouldn't have nothing. I do laundry, I do dishes, and I'll just throw it away because it's dirty. Clean it. What are you doing? Threw it out. But then again, maybe she had a premonition of how season 5 was going to go, and she was like, he ain't going to want this. He ain't going to want it. Throw it out preemptively. Save him the heartache. Maybe that was it. I don't know. My boy Electric popping off in the chat again. As a wise man, Andy Bernard once said, I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. Dude, I have felt so... Well, I promise we're about to get to some retro games, guys. I had something on my chest coming in the stream today. I had something on my chest. And I had to get it off. It's the Stranger Things thing. And I've been feeling so nostalgic and sad when I go on X and somebody makes a compilation video of season 1. I'm like, look what they took from us. Look what they took from us. We had it all and didn't know it. But you know what? As long as it's on Netflix, they will never I guess, fully take it away from me. I can always rewatch it and feel what I felt. It was just lightning in a bottle, and it's so few circumstances and situations where that's the case. Lightning in a bottle. Okay, yeah, I think I'm caught up. Okay, so guys, man, thank you so much for joining the chat. I know that we're a little early today. Maybe it's getting 4:30 now, so this is normal time. Maybe we get some more people to join the chat and join us as we play some games. But beforehand, as I set up my Super Nintendo, I'm going to remind you of the guest today, or the contestants, mind you. The contestants today, and then, like I said, at the end, I'm going to put a straw poll in the chat. You guys can vote, and then we will get at least one person. No, today it was just going to be one person. We're going to get one person off the show. So we're going to have a vote closer to the end of the video. Man, I got to say this as I'm getting my Super Nintendo ready. We also had a conversation, Electric, I think you were there, in the last stream about doing like retro cons, and Rob mentioned it in his stream today too. And it was a really cool idea that he had. He said that he put a table up and he just played games instead of offering merch or have a table. It's like you come talk to me and we stare at each other. It's like, let's just play games together. Really cool idea. And I've thought about going to some of those, like going to a retro con. But the thing is, I just live in the middle of nowhere, which I love in so many scenarios. I love that I live here. But when it comes to this, there's one, it's a Morgan City RetroCon, and then there is a Louisiana RetroCon, and I think they're in February and March. Sorry, I just smoked my mic. I think they're in February and March, so they're back-to-back, and one's in Morgan City, one's in New Orleans, so both of those are like 4.5 hours away because I live in the middle of the boot. If you look at the middle of Louisiana, you go down, then you have to go across to the bottom of the boot to New Orleans, so it's 4.5 hours. Same distance if I was to go to Dallas. Dallas is 4.5 hours. So some part of me is like, why not just wait for a bigger one in Dallas? Usually they have big ones. I don't know which one to go to. I don't know if I should have a table or just walk around, try to connect with people. I don't know. That's something I'd like to get to and do, because the whole point of this is I want to connect you guys together and connect me with you as retro gamers, as gamer dads. So, okay, let's get down to business to defeat the hunt. Okay, let's see. WWF Raw. I'm getting my Super Nintendo together. 6 contestants left. We will have a vote, and at the end, we will be down to 5. Man, WWF Raw, I cannot wait. I should have worn my Undertaker shirt. What am I thinking? I got Undertaker shirt. I'm telling you, I like to be a fan. I love to be a fan. Love it. I have an Undertaker shirt. I got Undertaker socks. I got multiple Undertaker shirts. And dude, I should have wore those for the stream today, because we about to dig holes and take souls. We're about to make somebody rest in peace. About to make somebody do that right here on stream. Dude, also, what? I forgot I was going to tell you guys about my retro haul for Christmas. Obviously, Christmas is not about the gifts, obviously, but I was going to tell you guys about some retro things I got for Christmas. Dude, I got some retro Undertaker action figures still in the case, still in the plastic, from the Attitude Era and from 25 years ago. And my mom got me those. One's like a SummerSlam edition. And it's what's really cool, and I love stuff like this, that a lot of them still have gaming companies or stores that are no longer in business, and the price is like $2.99, $3.99, which now an action figure would be, I don't even know how much an action figure would be now, $30? I have no idea. So that's super cool. So that's part of my retro haul, is I got some really old action figures from WWE, WWF. So obviously most of them was The Undertaker, because he's my guy. I got some Steve Austin stuff too, The Rock. That's pretty cool. Dude, I got a Mod Retro Chromatic. I got that for Christmas. I've been wanting one. I've seen a few people with them. I've been jealous. I put it on my list. Somebody got it for me. Bailey got it for me. Super thankful for that. Man, let's go to gameplay. What am I doing? Gameplay. So I'm super thankful for that. I got a mod retro chromatic. I can play some Game Boy and some Game Boy Color games on that, John. So that's real fun. Dude, is my controller not working? What? Hold on. Oh, it just wouldn't let me go to 2 or 3 player because there's no 2 or 3 player. So that makes sense. Man, so I got a mod retro chromatic. Hold on, let me talk about my haul real quick and we'll go back to the game. Got a mod retro chromatic. I got an Anbernic. It's not the Game Boy Advance SP version. I already had that one. This one is the kind of like the OG Game Boy version. Didn't even have that on my list. My mom got that for me. That's really cool. So I'm going to download some games on that bad boy. And what else retro gaming? I got a little mic to go when I make videos where I'm not doing this, where I'm not playing games, or I'm not reviewing games, where it's just me talking to the camera. I've had a Amazon mic. It's like a $25 mic. That's just, I'm a baller on a budget, man. I'm a baller on a budget, baby. So I have a $25 mic, but we just upgraded with Christmas to like a $50 mic. Good reviews, 4.5 stars. To the moon, baby. To the freaking moon is where the channel's going to go with my $50 mic. Okay. So gameplay. Here is the goal for today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. The goal is to hit somebody over the head with a chair and or bucket. That is my goal. I will complete my goal, and I will keep playing until I do. Okay, so I don't know what a Raw endurance match is. I don't know what Bedlam is. That makes me a bad WWF fan, so be it. So I think I got to go one-on-one. I don't know if I can change the rules. I'm trying to remember how I can. I don't know if any match you can just go grab a chair or go grab a bucket. But dude, I want to freaking smoke somebody with a chair. Old school chair shots too. Not that wimpy stuff they do today where like they scrunch up and then a chair hits them in the butt or the lower back, barely. Like you just barely kiss them with the chair. I'm talking old school, not saying that you should do this now. CT is a real thing. We didn't know it back then. But this is a video game, so who cares? I'm talking chair shot to the face, maybe see some color, ring their bell. That's what I want. So somebody help me out in the chat. Can I just go one fall? And can I use a chair or bucket? Is that a thing? Or do I have to go? Baby, you know we go in difficulty 1. You know we go in difficulty 1. You know what channel this is? Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we will get a little crazy. And we're going to let the CPU choose my opponent. Don't matter who you choose. When I got Take. When I got Taker, it don't matter. Look at him from Death Valley, weighing in at 328 pounds, 6'10". I like how it says 6'10 and a half. They couldn't say 6'11. 6'10 and a half. Special move being the tombstone. Got the grimace on his face, though. Yeah. You hear that music? Oh, dude. I just want a black hat right now. Dim the lights a little bit and just summon him, dude. I'm about to summon him in my spirit as I play this game. I'm about to become the Undertaker. Who am I playing? Lex Luger? Bro, you just bought you a one-way ticket to the coffin in the ground. One-way ticket to the old dirt nap, son. What you about to get? Okay, so again, the goal here today is to hit him with a chair. You trying to tie me up? Trying to tie me up that quick? Come on, come on. Throw him into the ropes. No, not the smoke drop. Hold on. Oh, I got too close to the ropes. I hit him with a suplex. No, timeout. Before we even get into this, somebody help me get out of a chokehold. That happened last stream. I got a little heated over it. And if that happens this entire match, I'm going to lose it. That is so annoying. You know how much, look how much health is going. And I'm not even out of the dang headlock yet. And first of all, a headlock, how do you lose health from a headlock? Like you regain your air, you're back to normal. I could see a suplex, you're working on somebody's back, you're putting them in submission moves, you're working on somebody's leg, it continues to get worse in the match. But a sleeper hold, you get your air back, you're fine. Why are we losing health? If it goes into something next, sure. Plot hole. No, I'm just playing. Let's go. Gameplay. Let me catch up on the chat. I know I've asked you guys some questions. It's like you've asked me questions, and then you're not even listening to me. So let me go to the chat. Hey, hi. Dude, James in the chat. Bro, what is up, James? And Cantress is also in the chat. Hi, guys. I got what? Panettone? Somebody help me out. Don't know what that is. But also, I did basically go to school in a barn, being in rural Louisiana, so that's probably going to be on me, James. I don't know what that is. Somebody help me out. I love old school merch with price tags. That's awesome. Dude, I can't even remember what the price tag was on the action figure electric. I think it was JC Games, JK Games, or JK. It was. I'd have to go get it. I might even pause at the very end of the stream today. I might even pause the stream for just a moment. I know exactly where it is. I can go in the next room, get it, and look at it. It was J City, J something Games. Never heard of them. Definitely something that closed down. It's like $4.99 for a 1996 SummerSlam Undertaker. Dude, so cool. What flavor DP you got there? Bro, electric. Must be a little late to stream. I opened up with it. Guys, we are not in January. Hold on. Go back to confessional. I lose track, and I don't keep up with my soundboard. We opened up. Guys, it's not even January yet. So we're still in holiday season. So therefore, if we're still in the holiday season, then I'm going to break out the holiday creamy vanilla Coca-Cola. So that's what we sipping on today to get my cold caffeine intake. I'm a hot caffeine in the morning, cold caffeine by 2 p.m. type guy. So had a hit of some Coke today, but it didn't push me over the edge. So we are hitting the holiday creamy vanilla Coca-Cola is what we're doing today. We need some Paul Bearer in our life right now. Dude, if I had somebody in the chat right now or some kind of background, like something behind me with look at that drop kick. Oh, dude, I'm not even in gameplay. You guys just missed a threw him into the ropes. He comes back, jumps up in the air, drop kicked him. Beautiful, perfect execution. You guys just missed it. But, dude, how funny would it be if behind me I had Paul Bearer going, ooh. That's what we need. Get up! What are you doing? Get out of the hole, get out of the hole, get out of the hole. How do you get out? Look at my health draining. Let me give me another suplex. I'm on the right side of the ring. Throw him into the ropes, Oh, throw him out the ring, son. Okay. Did I miss him? Oh, dude, yeah. The thing about... No, you are not pinning me right now. You are not... Get out of it! What are you doing? Okay, let me see if I can hit him with the chair. Bro, back off me. Back off me right now. I'm spamming. Ah! Oh, on the floor. Can I pick up the bucket? No! I missed him. I pressed the wrong freaking button. Get in the ring. Chap. Okay, here we go. This is kind of neck and neck right now. We're kind of having a stare down. This is a WrestleMania type stare down right now. Look at this. The crowd's going crazy. They don't know what's going to happen next. Jerry the King Lawyer is probably saying something wild. JR is saying this is about to be a slobber knocker, which it probably is. Come on. We're too evenly matched at difficulty 1. We all knew it. I missed the drop kick. I was going to try to do it again. Dude, nothing is better. That was kind of Maven's move. If you guys watched Maven's YouTube channel or remember Maven as a character or a wrestler, he was the guy that won Tough Enough. That was kind of his signature move, was a drop kick. If it's done rightly, it's a really nice looking simple move. Same with the DDT, same with the flying elbow. Those three are just, those off the top of my head, classics that come to mind. And there's just something about it. Is he going to? No, of course. See if I can throw him out. Get out of there. Get out of there. He's low on health. Hold on. No! He hit me! No! I missed him! I missed! How? He's standing there. I do the big overhand. I mean, Undertaker's got a wingspan of like 10 feet probably. How do you miss him? Bro, you're 7 foot freaking tall. How do you miss him? You're covering up half the barricade, bro. And now look at me. No health. I'm about to be counted out. Hold on. I'm running. I'm about to be counted out. Get in. I just pressed the button to get in the ring. Get in the ring. Why can't I get in the ring? I'm pressing the dadgum Y button. That's how I got out of the ring. Why is that not how to get in the ring? Why is that not how to get in the ring? Anybody got an explanation? I didn't complete my objective. I actually did the opposite of my objective. I don't even want to look at the chat right now. I'm embarrassed. I don't even want to look at it. Alright. We're going to go up to 2. Then we'll go up to 3. Then we'll go up to 4. We're going to keep going. I will smoke somebody in the head with a chair. I want to see it crumple up. I want to see the chair crumple up beside their, not unconscious, but selling fake hurt body as I pin them in the middle. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to count out. I'll take it. I want to hit them. I want to hurt them. I want to pin them. I want it to be clean to the audience who earned the win. I want him to be staring at the lights after I knock his lights out with the chair. That's what I want. That's what I want. Already pressed player 1. I'm pressing player 1. That's who I would like to choose. Did I press? I choose the opponent? I did. Oh, I like Bam Bam Bigelow. If I wasn't... No, I like Shawn Michaels a lot too. If I wasn't going to pick Undertaker, I probably would pick Shawn Michaels. Bam Bam Bigelow's totally slept on though. I'll die on that hill. One of the better big men. Definitely one of the better big men. All right, let me catch up on that chat. So sorry, I just completely embarrassed myself, but that is the name of the channel. Jake dies again. Jake gets pinned again. That's how it goes here on my channel. Sorry, I dropped the controller. I didn't rage out and throw it. I dropped it. Don't nobody freak out. I'm a rage gamer. Go tell my friends I'm raging on the internets. Okay. Chat. Let's see. Where was I last? Where's Jurassic Park? Man. Dude, so James, it was a tied vote. Obviously, if you give me a tie vote between Jurassic Park and WWF Raw, you know what I'm picking. You know what I'm picking. And plus, the ones that voted for WWF Raw, they were chanting. Did you not hear the chant, James? One more match. One more match. One more match. We had to give it to them. You got to give the fans what they want. But no, it was a tie vote. I broke the tie. It's that cake, right? Penn and Teller, is that what you're talking about? Cake? I'm lost. But keep reading. Just like my wife, we're watching a movie. My wife is trying to ask me about the movie. I'm like, I'm watching it just like you are. Wait till it ends, buddy. I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to figure out the chat. I ain't even read all the chat yet. Read the dang chat, Jake. Maybe you'll understand a little something. It's that cake, right? James loves that cake. There you go. Keep reading. Find out something. Ask and you shall receive. So James got some cake for Christmas. Christmas cake. Yes, I was late. Sorry. Electric, I'm just messing with you, buddy. So weird. Fun fact, my dad is an actual Undertaker. Looks nothing like this. Dude, we're in the same Discord. I'm going to need some kind of proof of that. I know you don't want to probably put a picture of your real dad with a bunch of strangers. Not that we're strangers, but we're not in your personal life. Dude, I need something. So I thought Undertaker was a old job in the West, like a Western type. Two guys come out to duel, handle their business, one shoots the other. Undertaker starts measuring the guy on the ground, builds him a coffin, puts him in the dirt. That's what I thought. We don't have duels anymore. Nobody's building coffins and measuring them out like that. So when you mean Undertaker, do you mean somebody who works at a morgue or at a funeral home? What do you mean? A mortician? Is that what they call it? A mortician? Yeah. I think that morticians and undertakers are probably different. I'm not a historian, I'm not an expert, but I think there are a few key differences. Plus, apparently an undertaker, if you follow WWF, he can shoot lightning from his fingers. So, now if your dad can do that, Electric, that's pretty cool. That would probably make him an undertaker. And if he had a WrestleMania streak, that would also, probably solidify your dad being an undertaker, I would think. But, man, let me know in the Discord, or let me know in the chat. Dude, nothing beats a properly executed and sold DDT. It's the perfect move. Ambrose Dirty Deeds was always so satisfying. Dude, the fact that, who was it? Jake the Snake did the DDT as a finishing move, and now it's become a mainstay. It's kind of like the super kick. Everybody does it. But done right, it does look devastating. It looks like you were literally, like you're just crushing somebody's skull. It looks like you were putting their face in the mat. And it looks very devastating. And it sounds like it's a really, from what interviews I've watched people explaining the move, it sounds like it's a really safe move. So if it looks devastating and it's actually safe, why don't people use it a little bit more? It became pretty commonplace, but now we've gotten to the place in 2025 where nobody really uses it. So now somebody could come back and use it as a finisher, come back and use it as a transitional move, kind of like The Undertaker did with Old School. I don't see why somebody won't do that. It doesn't make any sense to me. There's a lot of moves like that have been lost over time. Like if you go back and watch some old wrestling clips, you're like, oh, dude, throw back to that. Now some, I'm glad, stayed in the past. I will never understand. You guys remember that old move, the abdominal stretch? They would just grab somebody's torso and then bend them a little bit, and then that person would be like, and they'd be selling so hard. It's like, dude, we're like bending. You're leaning back is all you're doing. You're leaning. Nothing's hurting. You're okay. So I'm glad we left that move in the past. But the any version of the sharpshooter walls of Jericho, dude, if you grew up with boys in your family, somebody put that move on you, and it freaking hurts. And I don't know why we don't see that more often. Because, dude, my cousin, his name's Nick. He is, how old is he now? He's probably 7 years older. He's got to be 37. I just turned 30. So he's got to be 37. And then my brother, who is, how old is my brother? I got to keep up with these things. I think my brother's 43. Dude, so them two, they would put me in wrestling moves. They'd choke slam. Oh, we had a pool out back. They'd choke slam me in the pool. They'd RKO me. I mean, they would, but dude, they would, if I was on their nerves or they wanted me to leave, I'd keep yapping because I'm a kid. They'd put me in the walls of Jericho. That shut me up, buddy. I'm like, get me out of this. I'll tap, say uncle, whatever. I'm over it. I'll leave. Just say it. I'm out. That hurts. I don't know why we've went away from that. But back to some gameplay. Let me get him out of the ring. Let me get you out the ring, buddy. No, it ain't going to go that way. Yeah. Dadgummit. Messed that up. Hit him with another suplex. Not on the gameplay mode. What am I doing? Come on, come on, come on. Missed my drop kick. Missed it again. It's okay. Got him in the chokehold. Dang, I'm trying to hit it. Missed the big boot. Got it the second time. Over the top slam. How often you see that nowadays? Probably never. Oh, that was what was that, like a half German? Hold on now. Yeah, sidewalk slam. How about that, buddy? How about that, old Bam Bam? Let me see if I can get out the ring. Okay. Y got me out the ring. I'm going to let everybody know that. So when I try to get back in the ring with the button Y and I get counted out, I'm going to spaz out a little bit. I'm going to try not to, but I might. Get that chair. Get that chair. Oh, shoot. I got too close to the ring. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. Look at it. No! No! I missed it. Dude, I went for it all. I am not even going to lie. I went for broke right there. I probably shouldn't have. Throw you back in the ring. Come on out here, buddy. Come on out here. Oh, he got me. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Let me tie up. Let me tie up, put you on the ground. Tie up, put you on the ground. Pick up the bucket. Oh, it's over for you. Boom! Let's go! Let's go! How'd that not knock him out cold, dude? Got dadgum metal plates in his head or something. Dude. That Joker just got... That's my move. I'm the Undertaker. I'm supposed to rise up like that, not you. What the heck? Now, if he did that to me, the Undertaker would be... I don't know. That didn't seem fair. Not at all. Let me get back to the stream, or back to the chat. So sorry. Dude, nothing beats... Yeah, I read that. Rematch. Yeah, I didn't do a rematch. I should have just went for a rematch. I should have done that, but I let the... I wanted something different. And plus, I like Bam Bam Bigelow. I like his aesthetic. I like the big flames. And I kind of just want to check that out. So we went for something different, but we use the same character in The Undertaker, so it's not a rematch, but we get retribution. We still can come back. So here we go, back to the chat. I mean, he is a funeral director. Okay, so he's a funeral director, but is he Undertaker? That's the question. You got to ask yourself. Why do you think his name's Electric? I play with electricity. Dude, with the legit four, who's actually dude, a legit figure four? Yes, Rob, I will agree with that. Any form of the, like, your chest is in the ground and you pull the legs up, whatever form, what is it called? A half crab, sharpshooter, walls of Jericho, figure four. Any version of that is painful because your back is not supposed to bend that way. So obviously, if you try doing that, somebody gonna get hurt. Can be hurt. Okay. Cam change? Are you saying I had a camera change? I did mention at the beginning of the stream, Rob. I lowered my exposure slightly. Slightly I lowered my exposure. And if you caught... I didn't want to go... You said you go with the exposure all the way down, and it makes it a little bit more clear. I just bumped it down a few notches. I wasn't bold enough or brave enough to go all the way. So hopefully it looks a little bit more clear. If I have to lower it a little bit more, I will. But as I was telling everybody at the beginning of the stream, that I am... No, get out of the chokehold. Get out of the chokehold. Get out of the chokehold. What are you doing? I was telling somebody at the beginning of the stream is that I was showing somebody in my personal life my videos and my channel. And basically, I was talking to them about how white and grainy it looks and how glowing I am, and basically just how white I am. And they said, well, Jake, you are really pasty. Let's go! Chair shot, son. Bent that chair on your dome, bro. Get back up. Get up. Dude, I know you guys saw that. Throw him out the ring. Go for broke. Off the top. Off the top. And he gets it. And he gets it. Am I going to get the count out? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. I'm going to end it. Tombstone. Tombstone. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to hit him with another one. No, I think that's going to be good. I think that's going to do it. Oh, shoot. I hit the wrong button. Pin him. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Dude, look at the freaking guns on tape, dude. Look at, he is jacked. Dadgum. Rest in peace. Yeah, dude. Ton of fun. Smoke somebody with a chair, hit somebody with a bucket. Lots of fun. Dude, you're telling me that game needs to go home? Hold on a second. You're telling me somebody's going to try to vote that game out? Dude, if you're playing with somebody else and you're talking trash in wrestling, no, dude. No. That game don't need to go home. It's going to be so much fun playing couch co-op with somebody. Especially, and I didn't throw out all the moves. As you could see in the second match, I threw out more moves. So I'm learning it and remembering it as I go. But a few more matches. I think there's like Undertaker's signature special move. But I think you can do these, are they ultra or mega moves? There's something that's not, it's like a better move, but it's not their signature move. And it's a whole different mechanic. Can't remember how to do it. Somebody in the chat can correct me. Are they mega moves, super moves? You can do something else. There's a whole other category of more powerful moves. Don't really remember how to do them. But, yeah, dude, that game's a ton of fun. Play 2-player with that? Bruh. Especially if they were fans of WWF. What are we talking about, dude? It's awesome. And then you can, especially if you're a real little kid, then you can kind of embody those characters, which is the whole point of WWF anyway. It's a soap opera, but you place yourselves with the good guy or the bad guy so you can be like, oh, no, I get to be the Undertaker. Dude, stop. That is so much fun. Don't tell me that game ain't fun. Was saying you need to change back to gameplay, but Cam looks good. Oh, yeah, totally forgot to change back to gameplay. I was sitting there I hit a good drop kick, telling you guys about it. I'm not even in gameplay. Rookie move. What am I doing? Yeah, thank you. I'm glad the camera does look better. I lowered the exposure. You got to learn from the greats sometimes, guys. And that's the thing. I'm okay with critiques. I'm okay with learning from some of the best, a.k.a. Rob from the retro years. Appreciate your advice and your help. All right, guys. I think it's getting close to time. We got to have a vote here today on Retro Survivor. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab the poll. Straw poll. Hold on. Let's go. Let me create the poll right quick. Oh, great. I've already created it. I'm ahead of myself. Copy that. Put it in the chat. Here we go. You guys are about to go see a link in the chat. It is live. Guys, hold on. Go to my overlay. The voting is open. Oh, my ex isn't on Baseball Simulator, and we just voted him out. So let me put that on there. Okay, so if you look in the chat, I have the straw poll there. You can go vote. Remember, the vote is who to evict, and I just pinned it in the chat so you guys won't lose it. Remember, the question is who to evict, not who's your favorite, not who you want to win the season, it's who you would like to evict. So be careful how you read it. Because sometimes, you see your favorite game, you mark out a little bit, you spaz out a little bit, you fan out a little bit, and you might want to click their name. But it's not most popular. It's literally who you want to kick off. So go in the chat. If you're new to this, if you're a new time watcher, all you got to do is click that link. It's going to take you to a straw poll. You don't have to make an account. You don't have to give out your information or something like that. You just click the link and you can vote right then. So go vote on straw poll. Vote for who you want to evict. And then once I give everybody a few minutes, we'll still hang out and chat here with you guys. But after a few minutes, I'm going to tally the votes. The voting will be closed. And whoever receives the most votes will be kicked off the island of Retro Survivor Season 2. So that's how this goes. Again, the link is in the chat, everybody. Link is in the chat. So go vote. Voting is open. The votes can be Demolition Man, Jurassic Park. I think that, this is my personal opinion, I think that Jurassic Park's been teetering. Actually, if I had to guess, this is if I was a betting man, I would probably say that Jurassic Park or Rival Turf are probably on the chopping block. If I had to guess. Them two are playing with fire. Probably one of them is going to go home. If you're asking your host, I would say you got to get Jurassic Park out of here. If it's between the two. It might be something else. There might be a vengeance. Michael B's not in the chat today. If it were Michael B's decision, he would get Super Adventure Island 2 out of here because I know he's a big hater. So it's up to you guys. It's completely up to you who you vote out. But man, I really think that Jurassic Park's probably going to be on his way out. Unless everybody I guess Shaq Fu's just flying under the radar. Unless people wake up and go, hey, what's Shaq Fu doing on here? Why is he still here? Let's get him out. He's overstayed his welcome. Boot that guy out. He ain't going to win. So maybe, he finally gets a little spotlight on him and people come to their senses and go, let's get him out of here. But remember, if you want me to play a game, if you vote somebody out, I'm not going to put them in the voting to play the game. So if you're like, okay, I know that I don't want Rival Turf to win, and this might go with your voting. I know I don't want Rival Turf to win, but I want to see Jake play a little bit of Rival Turf. Let's get him out next week. We'll go to the vote. Maybe he'll play it next week, and then we'll vote him out. Maybe that's your strategy. Maybe that's what you want to do. I don't know. It's completely up to you and how you want to vote. All right, everybody, go vote. Go vote. Let me go back to the chat. Any other wrestling games you are a fan of? 64 wrestling games? Dude, yes. WrestleMania 2000 for the N64. What's the other one? Is it No Mercy? I'm getting my consoles mixed up. I think it's No Mercy for N64. Dude, them two games, customizing characters, just the look, the aesthetic, the feel, the moves. Like that was, you want to talk about lightning in a bottle. Dude, the N64 games, everybody has been trying to replicate those N64 wrestling games. Because, dude, they were so much fun. So much fun. It made me so proud. It was about a year ago now. We had a board game night / video game night with my teenagers that I teach. And so, everybody could bring their own consoles on board games. I brought a few, just to have. But I just welcomed everybody. Hey, bring what you want. And 2 or 3 of my seniors brought an N64 and played one of those wrestling games. I think it was No Mercy. And they played that on one of the big screens. Dude, we were hooping and hollering. Dude, it was so much fun. Brought me back. Oh, dude. Oh, it's so much fun. That makes me want to, dude, I want to play it right now. I want to go play some N64 wrestling right now. And those old school low poly 3D graphics and just with the grappling. And then you had the taunts, like you could taunt somebody and that's how your little meter went up. And then once your meter was all the way up, you could use a special move. Dude, that's so much fun. Put that in my veins, bro. So much fun. I would say other wrestling games that I played. So that's not those games. So I'm 30. So I'm not. That was some in my childhood in N64. So Super Nintendo is actually before my childhood, but I explained, why I'm nostalgic for the Super Nintendo. My grandma had one. So when my older brother, who is about 13 years older than me, he would get a new console, I would get the hand-me-down, or my grandma would get the hand-me-down for her house so the kids will have something to play. So we were always 1 or 2 generations behind me getting a console or, my grandma getting one, and she babysitted me a lot. So I would, play Super Nintendo over there, and then when my brother let me, I would play whatever the newest console was in his room at our house. So anyway, all that to say, what I actually grew up with was the PlayStation 2. That was my childhood in which, I could start having my own consoles. I'm 10 or 11 or 13. I got a little bit older. And so the PlayStation 2, so dude, Raw versus SmackDown, 2006, 2007, 2008, dude. Oh, I cannot tell you how many hours I put in those games. I would be probably a little bit embarrassed if there would be a projection right now on the wall and it had Jake's playtime. Here's how many hours you spent on Raw vs. SmackDown 2006. Here's how many hours you played Raw vs. SmackDown 2007 and 2008. I got them all when they released. I played the crap out of them. I just wore those CDs out. Dude, they were so much fun. And the soundtracks for them. Dude, I'm probably going to go listen to one of those soundtracks after this. Dude, I think for the 2007 one, that was probably my favorite. Banging soundtrack. So yeah, I played a few wrestling games, okay? I played a few wrestling games. Not any new ones, like the 2K series, anything that's new. I haven't played them electric. I haven't played anything new. I've heard that, back then, everybody's talking about those games because they were so great. I've heard even wrestling fans, nobody talk about the games. So to me, that tells me they can't be that good. I'm saying that opinion out of ignorance because I have not played them. But to me, it doesn't captivate me. So I haven't played them. And they're like $70, dude. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a big ask. No Mercy is so good. Yes, Rob. Dude, that's what it is. No Mercy for N64. Sometimes I get the titles mixed up. Like even for Super Nintendo, there is Raw, WrestleMania, and I think there's Royal Rumble. N64 was 2000, WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy. What was the WCW one? WCW. I can picture the image. It's got 4 people on it. It's Hogan, Nash. Is it Scott Hall? And Raven randomly. And it's got the NWO, and then it's the title next to it. I don't know what that game is, but that was a really big one back then too. So N64 was like the golden era of wrestling games. So yeah, I've played a few, and I wish we could go back and wish I could have that feeling again. Andy Bernard, wish we knew the good days before we've left them. I never played the 64 till later in life. I played some bad PlayStation games, WCW Nitro on a demo disc, and that comes to mind. Yeah, I think by the time that PlayStation come out, PlayStation 2 especially, WCW was on its downturn. Like if you go watch anything with WCW 2000 or later, bro, even at the end of 99, not good. Not good. So if they had enough money to make a game, it probably wasn't that much. They didn't have the budget. They didn't have the fandom. So I would imagine if it's a later run WCW game, probably not that good. But I want to say whatever the name of that one was for the N64, I'm literally looking at the picture of it in my mind. I can look it up. What am I talking about? Let me just look it up right quick. What am I doing? N64 WCW. Hold on. What is that game? Revenge, dude. Oh my gosh. There's also another one. Mayhem. I hear that was that a TNA one? No, TNA. It can't be. Hold on. There's WCW versus NWO World Tour. That title is coming to mind. But the big one I'm talking about is WCW NWO Revenge. That is the one I remember. So yeah, great wrestling games. Okay, let me go back to the chat, and then we're going to close with the vote, and I'm going to reveal who is leaving the island on Retro Survivor Season 2. Who's the next one to hop on the boat, and we're going to say goodbye to. Catch you later. See you later. Bye. Forever, basically. Until you have a return at a much later season. And that's even if you win the vote or whatever stipulation I have for you to return. So it's a big deal leaving the island. It's big. You are losing out on the $50,000 and the bragging rights. There's no prize, but there are bragging rights. Let's see. Muscle Few Great NES game. What? Muscle? Is that a wrestling NES game? I'm not familiar with the NES at all. That was before me. I'm just now, at the age of 30, finding out more about some NES games and some hidden gems and some things that people played. But if it's not one of the title mainstay huge NES games, I don't know anything about it. I don't know hardly anything about NES. So if that is the name of an NES wrestling game, I missed out. I played Muscle a long time ago. Okay, maybe that's an NES game. WCW versus NWO. Did you play the World Tour one, Rob? Is that what I'm hearing? You played WCW versus NWO World Tour. I'm remembering that title. I just looked it up. I'm remembering the title of the cartridge. And I'm like, man, I remember seeing that. I remember having that at my babysitter's house. And I remember, but I don't remember the gameplay of it. So it must not have been one of their best works if I don't remember the gameplay for it. Maybe I'm wrong. But I do remember the cover, but I don't remember like putting it in and actually playing it a lot. I do remember Revenge though, for sure. Let's see. So far, 2 for 2, Jurassic Park versus Raw. Okay, yeah, so James, it was tied. So I thought it was 3 votes and 3 votes. Man, we've been getting less votes on the what game to play every week. So I don't know what's happening there, but I'm getting more subscribers and less votes on the what game to play. But I'm going to still keep putting it out there because I know people enjoy it, and I like it. I like for you guys to choose, what game I'm going to play every week. So, yeah, it was a tied vote. So if I get the split decision, then I'm going to pick what I want to play. And I did not want to play Jurassic Park because I do not enjoy that game, not one bit. So, James, yes, you're correct. All right, let's go ahead and close this vote. I'm going to close it so you got just one more minute. And then it will be closed, and we will have a winner. Let's see. Let me go ahead and check on the results right quick. Okay. And votes are closed. Okay. So now, the votes have been tallied. So, hold on. Let me... No, wrong button. Hold on. We need the fire. We need to get our campfire going. The fire's been lit as we all sit around the bonfire today. It's pretty chilly out, so we don't have to swat mosquitoes, thankfully, but unfortunately, we're about to swat somebody off the island. And I have the votes right here. And tonight, as we sit around this fire, I'm about to announce in episode 6 of season 2 who is about to go home next. Now, once I announce this name, what is going to happen is that this contestant needs to gather their things, tear up their lean-to, their tent, gather their makeshift knives, their makeshift fishing poles, all the things. Gather it up. I'll ask you other contestants if you will help them out. And then we're going to have a few minutes to say goodbye. You can squash beef with somebody if you have it. If there's something meaningful that you need to say before you leave, you'll have that chance. Kiss people on the cheek, shake their hands. And then I'm going to call the camera crew. The camera crew is then going to get the lifeboat. Lifeboat's going to arrive. And then you're going to get that boat, and we're all going to wave you goodbye. And that's going to be the end of your run on Season 2 of Retro Survivor. So around the campfire here tonight, without further ado, I have to announce who is leaving this season. And that person is Jurassic Park. So Jurassic Park, you have just a few moments. Like I said, you can probably hear them now. They're on their way. You've been a good contestant. I'm just lying. I'm so glad I don't have to play you. I'm not even going to lie. I'm kind of I'm chipper. I'm happy. But I know you're not because you have to leave. So Jurassic Park, like I said, you have a few moments to gather your things, and we'll see you off because the boat's on their way. The boat is on their way. And everybody, thank you so much for voting. And now, as you can see, there were 5. We have eliminated. We've actually eliminated 6 because then we had a return. But now, we're down to only 5. More than halfway there. 5 contestants left. We are in officially the second half of Retro Survivor Season 2. We are halfway through. 5 contestants left. So either, let me go back to it. This will be one of the winners right here. It will be. Like there's no more, there might be another twist, but there's no other returnees. So one of the winners will be Demolition Man, Rival Turf, WWF Raw, Shaq Fu, and Super Neutrality. One of the winners will be one of the names in which I just mentioned. And one of you little sorry suckers voted for WWF Raw, and I'm glad you're here, but I'm not glad for your vote. You need to change your mind. You need to do some praying. You need to do some meditating. You need to do some thinking, because WWF Raw doesn't need to go. I mean, crap, we got Shaq Fu on the dang screen, everybody. You're going to vote for WWF Raw? What's wrong with you? Voting for WWF Raw. Got Shaq doing this as a Kung Fu master. Have you lost your minds? Bro, what kind of vote? Just throw in a vote. Nobody wants to vote out WWF Raw. That's the same person that voted for Darius Twin, ain't it? It's going to be the same individual. God bless their soul. Okay, let me go back to the chat for a little bit. Man, I've really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I know I mess with you a lot, but man, this is a great part of my week. It feels like the time just goes by super quickly. I just have a blast every week, man. I really appreciate you guys for just showing up and hanging out and spending some of your day with me and with the other retro gamers. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. They were too focused on if they could. They didn't stop to think if they should. Too focused. You're right, Electric. Somebody said, let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get WWF Raw off the show. But they didn't stop to think, should we get him off the show? They didn't think that far. All right, everybody. So we're about at time. Man, again, appreciate you guys so much. We'll go to confessional scene real quick. Thank you guys so much just for showing up and watching. Here is what tonight is going to look like. So tonight, I've had this idea for a video. It's the top 15 retro indie games of 2025, and I'm going to rank them. About 10 of them are on my channel already. Some of them are not, but I have played them. So I want to make that video. I've been wanting to do this for a week or so now, but holidays are insane. So many things popping up. Every day it's a new family thing, a new event, new family thing. And I don't want to post it like in 2026 because we've already moved on from 2025. So I needed to post it at the end. I wanted to get it done by today, but family thing happened yesterday. Everybody was getting together for a big eating. So missed out on it yesterday. I got the audio recorded. I got half the audio done. So now I have to record the other half of the audio, or edit the other half of the audio, put the video with it, which means I'm in for a long night. If my goal is to post this by the last day of the year, which is tomorrow, then I need to stay up literally probably all night and edit this, John, and have it posted tomorrow. Because right now I got to go spend some family time, hang out with my kid. So I got to do that right now. That's going to take a few hours. So then I can't even start till after that. So I'm probably going to be up all night editing, and hopefully I can have that posted tomorrow. I do have work tomorrow as well. I'm just going to be paying the piper tomorrow night. I might not make it to midnight the next night and ringing in the new year. I might be snoozing, might be catching some Z's, but I'm trying to put some work in for the channel, and I think that's a fun video. I can tell this video, there's some of my personality. I mean, I can't not let my personality come out, but there's some parts of it that's very Jake Dies Again, but I also, to explain the game shortly and to give you a brief overview, I have to be kind of, I don't want to say stale, but there's some things you can't just make jokes about. It's like, okay, here's the art style of the game. Here's what the game is. I'm just telling you. So that's part of this video I haven't really liked as much, or, recording this audio and editing this, is because to me, it's how different is it than other people doing it? I'm just telling you about the game. I'm telling you and maybe my opinion's just different on it, so maybe that's making it different. But I can't put a lot of my personality into it, because if it's just Jake having jokes and telling stories, then you don't know anything about the game, and you don't know why you should play it or why it's in the ranking. So it's been interesting kind of going through that, because if I'm, if I got all the time in the world on a retro game, everybody's made reviews about it, everybody's played it, I can give those personal stories. I can tell you my experience in playing the game, and I kind of have that buffer to where I can be myself a little bit more. But I've noticed that making this video, in which I hope to release tomorrow if I can edit it all night. So, I don't know. That's been kind of interesting. So, we'll see how it goes. Okay, everybody. Again, thank you so much for watching. Let me see. Good video idea. I like it. Minus the all-nighter. Yeah, dude. I think I'm going to have to do that electric. That's the position I put myself in. But, dude, I love having my back against the wall. I love having my back against the wall. Having lost the first match on WWF Raw, everybody looking at me, you're on difficulty 1, buddy. You had your favorite wrestler, and you got counted out. You know how to get in and out of the ring. Back's against the wall. Everybody's watching. I got pressure. I got sweat beads on the back of my neck. And yet I boot it up again, I play again, and I succeed. I am the best when my back is against the wall. I played baseball growing up. Best average I had, 0-2 count. 2 strikes, no balls, back against the wall, choke up on the bat, get a hit, son. That is me. So my back's against the wall tonight, editing this video. Watch me talk all this crap and I don't even get it done. I don't even post the video. That might happen. But I'm telling you right now, my back against the wall, that's when I perform the best. So it might just happen, and hopefully it does. So anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next